Hi everyone, welcome to the another video of Postman series. So today in this video, we are going to see the another HTML report from the Newman. Okay, so the report name is HTML extra. Okay, HTML extra is again, it is a Newman dependencies. Newman library, which is written on top of the, Node.js. So this is available in the Node package manager. Okay, so in our previous videos, we have seen this reporter HTML, right? So Newman reporter HTML, and we have seen the Newman reporter JUnit full. So now we are going to see about this Newman report HTML extra library. Okay, so these all dependencies are being used to generate the report for our Newman collections. Okay, and if you look at this one, this is published 3 years ago, and this is published 4 years ago, and you can see here. So this is the most recent one. Okay, it doesn't mean like it is just established 3 months ago. So they are keep on updating this one. Okay, they are doing the changes. So you can see the changes. The change log, or you can go to this version, and you can see. So this is being actively maintained, this repository. This library. Okay, and you can see the changes, like so it was started like a 3 years, 2 years, 4 years ago. Okay, I think it should be 5 years. Okay, 4 years ago, and there is, maintenance is still going on. Okay, it is actively updated this library. Okay, it is. So instead of going for this Newman and this one, right? So if you go to this versions, and you can see this is like the last 3 years ago. Okay, so there are no further active development on these libraries, JUnit full and the reporter HTML. Okay, so if you have this collection to run on the Newman, and if you want to share some report to your team, then you can go for the Newman reporter HTML extra library. Okay, so this is also going to be the same like what we have seen in the HTML. So we have to start installing our dependency. Okay, so this is how the report looks. Okay, so we have like a light and dark theme, and we have detailed view and the visualization of each and every request, collections, everything. Okay, so now to install this one again, if you want to use it as a global, so we have to go with this command prompt. Okay, so just copy this. So let's go to any terminal. So if you want to install in some particular working directory, then you can ignore the G. Okay, so G in the sense, so this dependency is going to install as a global level in our computer. Okay, which means you can use this dependency from anywhere. You can open the terminal and you can use the command line. Okay, so if you want to specifically go for one particular folder, then you can go for that. So in that case, you can ignore the hyphen C. Okay. So after this, so there are the usage, right? So here also we have see the usage, how to use, right? So here we were just sending like a hyphen R HTML, and here we were sending like a hyphen R, hyphen R JUnit, right? So this is how we are using in the JUnit code. So it is going to be a similar syntax here also. You have to use hyphen R. R stand for reports. You can either use as a R or you can use it as a reporters. Okay. So after that, we have to call this particular dependency name, which is HTML extra. Okay, so now let's see, the installation is going on. So we'll go back to the folder. So the folder where we have stored all our collections, right? So we have exported all our collection and we have stored in particular location. So what we can do, we can go to that particular folder. So it is available on my desktop under the Postman tutorial. Okay, and these are the collections we are doing the experiment, right? So for example, Newman collection, Newman environment, and we are passing the Newman data also. Okay, so now let's try to run this only collection first. Okay, so Newman collection JSON. Okay, I'm copying this collection JSON, and I think we need an environment variable also, because we have dependencies that URL we have defined as an environment variable. So let me go here. So let's wait for this installation to be completed. Maybe in your computer or in your laptop, the installation might be like a little faster also. Okay. Okay, now the installation is done, and you can see this is the latest version that Newman HTML extra report is installed. So let's go to here, and if you go to the version tab, and you can see the last version is 1.22.11. So that is what being installed here. Okay, so now let's go to the README, and you can go for the usage. So if you want to run the, collections through the Newman, and if you want to generate the report, so we have to use additionally this command, which is -r htmlextra. So now I have copied the path of collection. So Newman run, this is my collection path, and -e because I want to pass the environment variable. Right. So this is my environment variable. So where Newman, this is an environment JSON. Okay. So just copy this and okay, let me check here. -e space double quotes. Okay. So make sure you are giving the space after -e. Okay. So when I run this, so it will generate the default Newman report that you can see as a table format in the terminal. Okay, in the command prompt. So now I want to generate the report. So if you want to use this HTML_extra report, then we have to send the additionally -r space HTML_extra library. Okay. So you can see now the collection is running. Okay. So now I want to generate the report. Okay. So -r HTML_extra. Okay. This is a report library we are going to run now. So after this execution, now you can go to your folder. You can see there is one Newman folder, right? So this is, we have seen in the last, video. So I'm going to delete this folder. Okay, the folder is deleted. So now I'm going to run this command. Okay, so now you will not see this table format because the table format is getting override because we are using the third-party library, okay, for the reporting. So now let's go back to the folder. So just do the refresh here. Okay, so the Newman report is not created here, right? So let me refresh. Okay. So let's go to C drive under users. You can see this is a Newman folder, right? And that this is created just now, like a 2711 and 1057 is my local time. Okay. So if I open this, you can see the report is generated. Okay, the report is just generated now. So let's open this report. Okay, this is a report. Okay, so here you can see all the details what we have sent in the collection. So one iteration. Okay, so totally it has only one request, and you can change the theme also. Okay, like dark. This is a Newman report title. So we can change this report title also, and we can change the browser title also. Okay. So we have a lot of usage command in the Newman HTML_extra report. Okay. And you can see this is a file name collection. Newman collection, and this is the environment JSON file name, which is environment. Newman env. Okay. And total time, how many requests, everything you can see as a summary here. So if you want to go to each and individual request also possible. Okay, so when you go to here, you can see this is the first iteration. So we have only one iteration, right? So in that, we are sending this as a post method, and this is a URL and response code, and how much time it taken, everything is coming here. Okay, and you can see the request header details and response request body details, as well as the response body. Okay, response body and response header, everything. Okay, so if any test cases fail, then you can see it under the test tab, failed test tab. Okay. And this is a summary. If you have any scripted test also, you can see it here. Okay. So this is what the HTML report of HTML_extra library. Okay. This is HTML_extra report. So now we can do the customization. For example, I want to bring my project name to be displayed here. Okay. So that is also possible. So for that, what we have to do, you can just go here and you can check the usage. Okay. So this is a path where you can export your report. So this is what we have seen in our previous cases where our HTML_extra report, we were just pointing out this particular file location, right? So under the desktop, if we go to the Postman tutorial, so this is a place where we are exporting our all reports. Okay, so let me delete these two reports. So now I want to export to this particular location. So what I can do, I can go here, just click on the up arrow. So here we have to additionally provide a reporter -HTML_extra -export. Okay, and this is a place we are going to export our report. Okay, so now when I click on enter, so now it will not go to under your user profile, and it will not go to the previous location what we have seen here, right? So it was going and sitting on my user profile. So under this, we have seen one Newman folder is created, correct? So now what we have done, we have modified to generate the report on this particular file path. So now you can see this is 27:11, which is my local time, 11 o'clock. Okay, and the report is generated. Okay, so now again, like if you go to the another usage, so this is for the export, and this is a template. And there are some only failure things. If you want to generate the report, then you have to use like this. So reporter hyphen htmlextra, so only failures. Okay, so right now we don't have any failures. So here also you can pass along with your data file. Okay, so now I'm going to send the data iteration also. Okay, so after this, I'm going to give the hyphen d, which is my data file. Okay, which is CSV or JSON, can be anything. So this is a Newman data which we have used. So Newman data is the CSV file location. I have just copied that. So in the double quotes, I'm sending this one also. Okay, so now I'm going to click on enter. So our CSV has 2 iterations, right? So it has to run 2 times, and we can see in the report what is getting generated. Okay, the execution is done. So let's go to the Newman, report folder. So here you can see one more report is generated, just 11:1. Okay, so when I open this, so now you can see it is coming as a 2 iterations, right? Because we have a 2 set of data, so you can go to the total request. So here you can see iteration 1 and iteration 2. So iteration 1, if you go to the request body, you can see it is going as a my name, as a first name, and city as a Chennai. So let's go to the iteration 2 here, and you can expand this one. And here you can see it is going as my last name as here, and the city is going as a Pune, because we have 2 data that is being present in the CSV file. Okay, so now let's do modifications. So for example, it is coming as a default report name. I want to bring it my project name as a report name. So that is also possible. So for that, what we have to do, again, you can just go to the this usage path, and here you can see, so only failures, right? So if there are any test cases failure, let me check. We have any test cases on this particular one. Okay, test information, no test information is in this request. So what we can do, we can go to the Postman. So what we can do, we can create some test cases. So let's go to the test results. Okay, we have not given any test name here. Okay, so test cases. I just do the console here. So let's go to and create one simple test cases to validate the response code. Okay, I have written as 201. Since it is a post method, I'm going for the 201. So now the test case would come as a pass here. Okay, so now we have made the changes. Again, you have to export this collection. Otherwise, the changes will not impact to our JSON file. Okay, I'm doing the export, and I'm going to replace with this file. Okay, so now let's come to here. I'm going to execute the command. So after this, so we could see one more report should be generated here. Yeah, you can see one more report is generated. So let's open this report. And here you can go for the total request. Okay, so summary. So total request, if you just go here, now the test results should come here. You can see the test informations are coming. So now, if I make this one as a 200, so now I'm intentionally making this test case to be failed. Okay, since we have made the changes, again you have to go to export and do the export and replace your old file. Okay, now let's come back here. I'm going to run the report again. So now one more report should be generated here. Now the report will have the failures. Okay, you can see here. So let me minimize this browser size. So you can see total request is 2 and 2 test cases are failed. Why? Because it is running for 2 iteration, and the 2 iteration also the status code is coming as a part. So now we can go to the test result. So here also you can see the failures. Okay, here you can see the assertion error. Expected was 200, but we got as a 201. Okay, so in this case, for example, if you are running multiple requests in a single collection, so you have around 200, 300 test cases, requests as you have. So you just want to get to know about only the failures, right? So in that case, what you can know, so just do this again, hyphen reporter hyphen HTML extra hyphen source on fails. Okay. So only fails. So if you use this tag, so what happens now? The report will generate only for the failure tests. Okay. So what are the test cases that you have written? If there are any failures, so it is going to generate only the report for the failures. Okay. So in this case, you cannot see the difference because the both of the test cases are failed in our use case. So it will come everything in the report. Okay. So likewise, we have a lot of customization here. You can see you can do the page testing also. I mean test paging. Okay, and you can change the browser title. So what is a browser title in the sense? So this is a browser title. Okay, by default it is coming as a Newman summary report. Okay, if you want to change this title also, we can change that. If you want to change the title, report of the title. So for example, here it is coming as a Newman dashboard report by default. Right. So here you can see it is coming as a Newman run dashboard. So I want to change it to my project name. Okay, so in that case, what we can do, so reporter hyphen reporter HTML extra hyphen title. So in this title, you have to provide your project name. So for example, my project name. Okay. So when I run this, so now report title will come as my project name. Okay. So let's go to the folder. Now one more report should be generated here. Yeah, it's generated. Okay. So let's open this. And you can see now it is coming as my project name. Okay, you can do the lot of customization. So likewise, if you want to change the title, the size of the report, okay, you can see the title size. And if you want to generate along with all the logs also possible. Okay, if you have anything to be omit request body, omit response body. So all kind of things you can do it here. Okay, it has more customized report. Okay, we have a lot of options in the customization. Okay, and yeah, so now it is by default going and sitting on this particular export. I mean, we are doing the export to this particular path, right? And whenever you run, you can see each time it is generating a report. If I don't want to generate the report for each timestamp, okay, I want to see always the most recent one to be placed under this report. So in that case, what you can do, so I'm just clicking the up arrow. So what I can do now, so here we are sending the path of the report to be stored, right? So here I'm going to give my report.html. Okay. So we are additionally adding this HTML file name. Okay. So now if I run this, so now it will not come as a Newman collection 2020. It will not come as a timestamp. Okay. It is going to come as a my report.html report name. Okay. Let's wait for this execution to be completed. Yeah, I think that. So now you can see it is coming as a my report. So we are doing the override. So we don't want to see this coming as all the time Newman collection 2022 with the timestamp. Okay, so now what I will do, this report also will have the same details. Okay, so we are having the only one placeholder to generate the report all the time. So now what I will do select everything and I will delete them. Okay, so now I'm going to run it again. So now the report will come and placed here. You can see it is coming as a my report. So when I open this, so this is how the report looks. Okay, so now let me run it one more time. So what happens now? It will keep on overriding your older report. So it will not come as one more report, new report again and again. Okay. Yeah, now you can see that the execution is done. So now if I refresh this thing, you can see it is 11:10, which is my local time. Right? It is keep on overriding this report. So if you don't want to, go for the multiple report with the timestamp. If you want to replace only one report all the time, it should be in the particular folder. You can override like this by additionally passing the file name. Okay, my report. You can give any project name also you can give. Okay, so this is how we have to use this HTML extra report, and this is an effective one compared to the normal Newman report and JUnit report. This is an effective one, and there are a lot of, this library or this npm library is very active. Okay, so most of the people will use this one. Okay, and you can experiment a lot. There is a lot of options you can use it for. So if you want to export all the logs along with the in the report, you can do this. Okay, so this is all about the Newman HTML extra report. Okay, so in our next video, so far we have executed our collections through the Postman, and we have executed the Newman, and we have generated a report, correct? So we have to execute these collections from the Jenkins server also, correct? So that's where the CI/CD will come. So based on the particular time interval or based on the commit that happens to the repository, we can run our so this is basically like you can call it as a regression or functional anything. So any test that you want to run from Jenkins. So the Postman collections also can be executed from the Jenkins. Not only Jenkins, you can execute from the Azure DevOps also. So Azure DevOps I have covered in my one of the playlists. You can go to my channel and you can check for the Azure playlist. In that I have explained how to run this Postman collections from the Azure DevOps. Okay. So that's all about this video. We will see the Jenkins execution for our Postman collection in our next video. Okay. Thank you guys.